there's so much you can do, but also many angles. But if you have defenders with good reactions and good aim and good placement, you can just pre-shoot, for example, or even break the floors up yourself. So
we've also often seen pulses sit underneath there with the C4 and a heartbeat sensor.
Exactly. As a radar position, as I like to call him, because he's more or less always in the center, and he gets so much information just with his heartbeat sensor. That's amazing.
So let's do a quick rundown then of our first operator selections. It is going to be the kitchen trophy room bomb site, as you called. And as we mentioned before, only one shield per team. Squall is that shield here in Blackbeard. Something else that we're starting to see Vitality do a couple of times is run double grenades in Sledge and Buck here, instead of bringing a Twitch to the table like some teams like to prefer. Which I think is a surprise to a lot of players, because the fact that Buck is notoriously horrible recoil. Which on an analog stick is already a point of contention in that it's not so easy to control that in this.
Exactly. But since the last patch, actually, they changed the recoil a bit.
They reduced the horizontal recoil on it, so it is far more vertical.
Exactly. But also on PC, you see many more players to actually use Buck after the patch. I don't know how it's good. Even with the 4 grenades, you can actually be sure if you first of all, you can clear clear room with the grenades, so you can push people out. You get the barbed wire down, which has actually been placed up at the main entrance to the main hallway. So this is kind of this actually can also call for a faster strategy, or even a vertical gameplay that you can drop the grenade from top to bottom and then.
Well, that's the other reason they use Buck, is because you can go onto the floor above, straight down underneath you with the shotgun and demolish floors with that.
Exactly.
And then drop grenades through it and stuff as well. So yes, it may be a little bit tougher to shoot him with your rifle compared to other operators. He brings so much utility to the table now that you can compensate for maybe not being able to hit every shot from utility, and with good practice at the end of the day, you're going to get better at using that recoil all the same.
Exactly.
So we'll see. As it is then, Vitality getting into the building very, very quickly, confident that there's no one else really around here for the defending squad, but they're not quite right. Takaizo is here in the library, but he's made himself known and they know he's here, so they're starting to hone in and pin him out. Bios is getting very close very quickly, but Meta has caught one by surprise. Bios taken down from the library stairs. Now Anthrax is going to make himself aware, and he's going to trade out Meta, but will he take down and get taken? Nope. Straight out 1-for-1, and the attacking team are down a player already. 4 against 3 now, and the last 3 attackers are still outside the building. Most of them were on their drones to begin with, and now they've lost all control of inside the building. And Takaizo gets to reposition comfortably from where he was upstairs. Squall in this back alley will go down to him, as well as Blackbeard somehow gets headshotted through that shield. But
nice
hey,
game read there.
It worked, and yes, very nice game read. Gets downstairs and then gets back up to safety 2, and straight away Vitality are heavily on the back foot here in round number 1. Grisku still down in the basement watching those stairs, but Takaizo has done a great job of just repositioning away, and now they've already used up half their round time and made absolutely no progress towards the objective whatsoever, and are kind of lost now for how the hell they can execute this.
They're also down like 50% HP on Sledge. This is also not oh, it was actually showing.
Yeah, don't trust the health bars above their heads. Spectate mode likes to make those up.
And they're going upstairs again to probably get some angles done or hunt down Takaizo, who's actually with Jaeger upstairs. Yeah,
I suspect he's in the library. They are right. Furious G watching one doorway, Sledge watching the other. Scared to come in. Crisco makes some noise though, gets tagged as he comes up. Furious comes into the other doorway. Takaizo read it well, but couldn't quite get the aim right. Will finally go down, but with 50 seconds on the clock, they've now got to find 3 other players and get close to the objectives. It's a big task ahead of them.
That actually still that can work out if they do it faster now than before. They can actually try maybe get the floor open in the master bedroom, get an angle, or just go double doors into the dining room. And
yeah, it's a very popular push coming this way. That grenade would have gone just in, takes out the barbed wire, takes out the door, gets in, ducks under, but can't land enough shots onto Rook, and Rook picks up 1. Furious trades him out, but Havoc is already there with his Spaz 12 to finish Furious down and get the first round in the books for WySix, who are off to a great start here on Chalet.
Yeah, actually well done. And WySix actually with Takaizo being upstairs, doing the baiting, and also the clutch, which he actually nearly gave them, the 2v1. He did a good job there. And there was nothing more he can do, but he bought time, like what, 15 seconds on a low counter without like less than a minute. That's good. That's enough. You need to do.
That's the perfect roamer job. Roamers don't always have to get kills to be useful. If you can waste a lot of time, you're still doing your job, and well, he did both. So fantastic play by him. And, well, Meta also helped out right at the start there, picking up a couple of early kills as well and giving him the position into trade. And now it is their turn to attack. They aren't bringing a buck to the table. They are bringing Twitch still here, using that extra drone perhaps instead. But they have still got Blackbeard in their roster.
Yeah, and Kitchen Trophy Room.
Yeah, same thing again then from Vitality. So a very standard defense from WySix coming up, reinforcing these walls from Kitchen, reinforcing these walls from the main lobby, and then heading upstairs to do the trapdoors and throw a couple of Valkyrie cameras up there, and of course some barbed wire around this stairwell and the office area, which is horrible to try and spectate from top-down view. But it does ultimately slow their pushes down those stairs and in through this floor, but as we mentioned, the rumors made sure that there was no chance for Vitality to even get into those defenses without being heavily hindered. So we'll see whether or not Criscu and WySix can do the same, because as we mentioned, they are and were a furious roaming combo. Now they got big shoes to fill after that first round, so let's go and see.
Let's see. Actually, I wonder why there's no one actually covering Garage in a certain way, because Garage is also a very crucial point.
I think it comes down to the fact that they don't mind giving it up, providing they're holding the stairs and the floors.
I mean, exactly. Okay, it's just trophy room though.
Yeah. So there's a room here in library. Netax has his drone in there. Meta knows about it. Shoots through to the main doorway. Won't catch anyone. He's still in here somewhere. He's trying to spray the window open. It is going to be Criscu on. Here's Jaeger. Vitality are one of these squads that actually often run recruit GSG9 on defense, so they get 2 416s. Today, however, they are bringing Bandits to the table as their second roamer. Meta being slowed down here, trying to get in this quickly. Has to use one of his charges to open this window up, then does dance through Criscu's shots, but neither of them really landing any kind of solid damage. Meta locking down outside now. Criscu's holding him in. There we go. Finally, someone lands a shot. Meta is going to go down, and Criscu still misses a lot as he goes out to chase him, but all that time, and Meta got no support coming in from any other part of the building, which really could have helped them pin and finish off Criscu. And as it is, they just lose one attacking operator for nothing.
This is a key. If you found the roamer, if you have a definite position, you have to clutch him with 2v1. A 1v1 trade is just, it's too risky. You need a definite trade. You need 100% for that.
Netax blowing this window open, then looking straight down, gives his head a clear opening to where they already know Criscu was hiding there in library. So they're making a gamble with that, and now Criscu has rotated around and taken down Twitch as well as Takaizo. Now he's on the back stairs, and finally he's got the attention of Netax. Havoc will trade out by SIB, so that's one of the 2 roamers down, but having already killed off 2 people, Criscu is falling back to a very defensive position here in the library stairs. Keith will peek up and down in case they're pushing him, but again, all he's doing now is just sitting here and waiting to waste the time if they try and deal with him, and if they don't deal with him, then he'll come back and punish them later on. WySix. Normal breach charges here for the floor above Kitchen. He's going to blow that one very close to some people's heads.
That was a close one, yeah.
Squall now is followed up. He loves to do this. As the round goes on, if they don't get quick pushing the objective, Squall goes and becomes a 3rd roamer. And Lurker and catches people by surprise because of it. Through that hole that Thermite made himself, he didn't even look through it and is now taking damage through it. So ultimately, making that hole has hindered him more than it gave. Netax taken out by Criscu as he tried to hunt him down. They thought sending Blackbeard solo against that Jaeger was going to be enough. It wasn't, and there goes the last 2 members of WySix for a free, easy round to Vitality.
That was just, there was the missing team play. The missing call, actually. It started with the Lurker, getting the Lurker. And they just gave, like, 3 1v1s to the Lurker. And this is not what you want to do. Just go for more team play in this case. Just cover him in, get him, like, with 3 people. If you have the time, just do it. Because he's buying time for the opponent. I mean, he bought, with the first engagement, he bought already 30 seconds. That's so much time, which you actually can cover the whole building with.
He was running around inside that library for so long, while Blackbeard is out there on that balcony. All he had to do was pop a couple of windows open, look through the doorway, and he would have seen Criscu that entire time.
Exactly.
No reason to not put multiple bits of pressure on that one lurking Jaeger.
Exactly. Or one more drone.
And even after losing, okay, Ash versus Jaeger, take the gamble, all right? Everyone else on the other side of the map, take the gamble. That's why she's over there. That's why she's solo. She's great at it. Give it a shot. But when she fails, at least then force him into a 2v1.
Exactly.
Not give him more free 1v1s.
But you more or less take Ash because she has a good reaction onto being more surprised. Instead of, like, if you have the already controlled environment, that you know he's there, why not just giving the shot? Like get Blackbeard, get Ashe, and then can Ashe solo, can go solo run again? Who cares? But she could have used the assistance of Blackbeard.
Well, the result comes out as a 1-for-1 round all the same then. Both teams having some issues that could be resolved for their attack, but now it is time for WySix to defend the basement. Netax doing a little bit of remodeling here on the desk to give himself an interesting shield placement. It's a new one. See whether or not it works out for them, to be fair. Not sure what extra cover that really provides in the grand scheme of things, but we'll find out. Havoc then running a Spaz 12 downstairs. We've also got the ump on Meta upstairs, and right above him, Dekaizo once again roaming around on the top floor.
Let's see if he can actually connect his round with the round before.
Yeah, the key thing here is for Vitality to find him, because last time around they got him very quickly to these upper floors and he caught them by surprise. Now they're being much slower. Furiously and Squall, you can see their drones scanning around the top half of the building before these two even got close to coming inside. And while Bias is in now, they've already cleared that end of the building very aggressively. Dekaizo has killed a couple of drones off, but is still very, very cautious of what may be coming his way and checking every little spot and angle as he runs around. But there's already a bit of pressure coming out from Vitality into the master bedroom and in the hot tub room, down towards the floor below, but they're putting all of their attack here on towards the wine cellar from the main garage, and well, Dekaizo is at the moment irrelevant.
Yeah. And they're preparing actually onto the wine cellar, getting the main entrance at the main stairs, getting Termite into position to open this up. And there we go, Termite charge.
Charge blown open, not the best teamwork here, lining up in front of your Blackbeard. Just let him do his thing, dude.
This is the best position for Blackbeard. I mean, this is such a versatile position for
tags and attacks through those wine coolers in the back. Meta with a nice idea, trying to flank around, but C4 is a little bit loud and kind of gave his position and his plan away, and he was shut down by the 3 players here in the garage all trying to deal with it. Went in a little bit too soon. It's a nice plan, but Vitality were by no means distracted by the push forward, and he's easily turned on. Havoc sprints across into the mini wine cellar. Netax is still forced to be prone right here, and while Criscu is pushing forward aggressively, he's dancing in front of Squall's shots. Thankfully not for that one though. Squall picks up Netax before Havoc will trade out on Furious G, so down goes the Thermite. Havoc still trading forwards left and right now. Will go down to Criscu, who is finally inside the objective, but is taken out by Blackos down the far end of the room. It's a good trade back and forth here by WySix, but they are already down a man thanks to the Pulse throwing his life away. Squall picking up Blackos once more down the far end, and is now all onto Dekaizo's Jaeger. He's pushing in from the same direction, has to sprint through Squall's crosshairs. He's going to dodge left and right to try and block these shots, but Anthrax has got the plant down and then stands up to finish him off. And it is a round for Vitality. Ultimately, knowing that there will be roamers to deal with, knowing that the most chances are they're going to be in the library, found him in the library, and then pushed all from the other end, from the kitchen and the trophy room, where there's no way for him to flank them. He had to come from the same direction they were already covering.
Exactly. They had a good game read, good call, and they executed onto the spot where there was actually just 1 point of entry for him. Well, actually 2 with the dropper, but that one was covered because there were just 3 guys there. And next time, actually, the idea was really good. That was, oh my god, who was it? That was Meta dropping down there, right?
Meta and Pulse.
The idea is really good, but for next time, maybe just open it up before, so they can actually use it without making a sound in that case. Well, actually, step sounds are there. But
open it early. You've got a shotgun. Valkyrie was in there with cameras. Why can't she shoot it while she was there? Would have given him a little bit of extra time to drop down in and deal with it.
Exactly.
Instead, he has to use up his C4, which one would have been great if you drop through and then C4 inside there onto the car. Perfect. There was 3 people not paying attention that would have given him a free kill, but could not do it. Now it is time for Vitality to defend that same location. We'll see whether the attack from WySix can be as clean and succinct. Yeah, bringing exactly the same operators in that they used last time around. Well, the Blackbeard from this main garage down all the way through into the wine cellar is incredibly powerful. They just need to blow this wall open first. We'll see whether Vitality give that up as easily as WySix did themselves, because that was a key pivotal factor in Vitality holding that bomb site.
Actually, this is already just open it up. It's already hard enough because it's just a long hallway where you can get flanked and surprised from a lot of times. So that's, yeah. And if they are positioning themselves like they did before, it looked pretty funny. A sledge in front of Blackbeard.
So BIOS and Criscu currently defending complete opposite ends of the upper floors, but holding it tight. Criscu's made a hold here in the trapdoor so he can see downstairs underneath and see the doorway coming into the garage, but right now they've just rappelled up and have gone above him. See whether or not they look to drill into the trophy room themselves. He has closed off the door closest to him, so we'll get a little bit of a forewarning if they start to come this way. BIOS starting to notice that the camera above his head here was just shot out, so he knows there's someone close and he's going to hide away and see if he can let people walk past and catch them by surprise, because right now he is not being droned out. Keizo and WySix once again all running around on the floors above. They are clearing it, but will they fall for the same mistakes they did last time? Will they tag team these roamers if they find them? Because right now, with the positioning Vitality and BIOS have, they can do that. No. Meta goes down. They would no idea that's where he is, but now they know.
Yeah, he's called and he's in a death threat right now. If he cannot move out, he's just being overrun.
Havoc then gonna start droning for him. See if they can pin him still in here, but while they do so, Blackos turns his back to Criscu. Now Takeizu's gonna drop down, tries to sprint on into the doorway, does get the kill, but takes a lot of damage in the trouble. It's now taking even more from Squall, who came straight up the stairs. A good trade straight away. BIOS, as soon as he knew he was pinned, called it out. Squall was able to come and trade out the man that hunted him. He has put him down and not outed him, but right now there's no one even close that can do anything about it. Netax is here in the bar and is locked miles away between a lot of barbed wire. He's going to start edging on through. We'll be able to get in there and pick Takeizo up. Shoots Havoc in the back. Oh, that's not good.
That team kill.
That's the kind of really bad communication you expect from ranked and casual play. Like, if you're in this level of play, you're going to drop through a trapdoor right in front of your teammate. Someone should know about it.
But maybe he also was.
You know he's already on edge because you know that he's going to revive a teammate, right? You know that teammate has just been shot. You know there's a chance someone's around there. He's going to be looking for someone to reveal themselves. You drop in front of his face, he's going to get scared and shoot.
Exactly.
You got to tell him.
Shock moment.
So Takeizo now pushing on in. They do begin to shoot open the doorway from the back alley. But as he goes prone, it reveals his legs and Furious G shuts him down. And well, there's so many guns pointed on that doorway now. Even Blackbeard shield's not enough. And Anthrax secures the kill from the connector. Easy peasy.
Yeah. So far that was really good gameplay by Vitality.
Yeah. Once again though, WySix just don't know how to deal with this roaming pair. And it's not so much that it's BIOS and it's Criscu being BIOS and Criscu doing godlike things. They're doing pretty standard stuff right now. WySix just don't seem to know how to deal with roamers.
No, they just, yeah, exactly. They're just also running one by one, and then we saw the team kill. I mean, that was something where you actually said, okay, out of my own imagination, I could think that if the guy's actually going there, he's already trigger happy because he's just scared. In a certain way, he's excited because it's Pro League, and they were actually being close. I mean, they won the first round.
Yep.
That's a position where you're like, oh my god, okay, we can do this. And right now,
it's dropped away.
Sadly.
So, there is still a chance here for WySix to turn this around. This is back to the bomb site they won right at the start of the day. Got the first round here, the opening game. Can they continue to do the same thing again? But as you mentioned, this map is one of the most adaptable and versatile ones we have, and Vitality being the Season 1 European champions, even if they couldn't go all the way,
let's see,
are the team to adapt and to learn from round to round.
Maybe
will they do it this time around, or is Takeizo going to be as decimating as he was first time?
Or he's just not doing what he did before, because that also again is the mind game which comes into play into games like this, where opponents will be like, okay, he's there, we have to look out for him, we have to be careful, but he's not there, so passively he's buying time, just without being there. Okay, that sounds kind of weird, but still.
Yeah, if they're scared of him, if they are unsure about him being there and they are cautiously droning and taking their time to go through, he's already done his job, but he's going to be there all the same here in Library. Did a lot of work from this location before, but this time around, let's see the attack coming out from Vitality. Once again, they're pushing from the master bedroom and the hot tub location in the office, because it's very hard for him to be flanked from there. And they are locking him in. Furious D's drone, you can see, is heading in, finding Takaizo here in the library. And they found him. BIOS did try to take out some barbed wire, but didn't quite work. And now Mates has come up to join it, and bang, there goes the first kill. This is good from WySix. These two are working as a pair, and they're rewarded with the first kill. But there is a man now out on the balcony. It's Buck. Criscu is also now in and around the hot tub room, and Takaizo is dodging bullets left, right, and center. They've also managed to get Pulse out and get him to safety, and he is falling on back. So this is good.
This is really good, getting the kill, now falling back, because they're already, they're in the lead with one player. And, I mean, they got down Ash.
Yeah, this level of play is not about one guy getting 5 kills. It's about little advantages and growing that lead from kill to kill. One is plenty, and then you can get back to safety and support your team. Meta, though, has taken a lot of punishment as he tries to peek up from the garage. And, well, he has now fallen back to safety, but is being hunted. Criscu taken out by Takaizo as well, as they're still trying to pin down these roamers, but as we mentioned, WySix are doing a good job of just running them back into slightly more unpredictable positions and ultimately just slipping through the grasp of the Vitality pincers that is trying to close in. And right now, Vitality are running low on players again. Furious G still outside. That's not going to touch him unless he vaults in through the window. The Squall's outside the garage. He's right in close now, but Crouch is under the shots from Meta, who was already low, so he will go down. Now Takaizo tries to come down and punish him, but Anthrax will finish him off, and suddenly the lead that WySix had has been thrown away for a moment of what was, in theory, the right idea from Takaizo. Teammate goes down, rushing quickly and traded out for him, but Vitality showing their experience. They were ready for it. They knew that was about to come, and Maito was taken down 1v1. The second player that was in that location could easily turn and take out the roamer coming their way. Nice camera, but Furious G has found it, shuts it down, and here goes the Blackbeard peak. Flashbang's coming in. Blackos is inside and prone. It's tagging him a little bit, but nothing too serious, and until that one comes in, now he cannot see a thing. In they come. Anthrax goes in, Netax takes him down, but Squall will then immediately find him before Havoc and Black Ops peek it out and shut down the 2 remaining members of Vitality push. And yet, they finally shut down the roamers, but when all 3 come through the same tiny doorway, you're easily exposed to that flank and just spray down from the kitchen.
Actually, that flank was just, that was very well played. I mean, they were in a 3v3 situation, so they could actually leave 2 guys in the position because they can easily crossfire the guys coming through double doors, and then just have 1 guy coming from the back. And I mean, Valkyrie with the Spaz 12, I mean, that's that's just
nice easy job.
Yeah, that's like a plane landing on a fly. That's overkill and works.
So WySix comfortably then winning the same bomb site they did at the start of the round. Kitchen treasury room they definitely have on lock, but they've got to adapt with their attacks, and they've got to adapt with their defense of the basement bomb site if they want to bring this back to either winning, which they could still do straight up, or overtime, which we'll see whether that is on the table, because Vitality, should they win this round, will be on to overtime. So we'll find out. Now, Criscu and BIOS B once again roamed around at the start of this, and Criscu hiding in that library, 1v1 3 people as they were sent to him in a train. Have WySix learned their lesson? Will they deal with these roamers better this time? Can they drone them out and find them better? Are they going to let BIOS hide in a little cupboard again and catch them by surprise and force them to team kill? I'd like to think not. So.
Or if Vitality is doing that. That's again, here we have the point where if Vitality now adapts to the position where they're actually going to lurker hunt, where they're directly committing to it, but if there is any lurker, they are just losing time in searching for the lurker, as there is none. But this is something rarely we see.
So, shots coming in through this window aggressively and preemptively, but BIOS is just sitting there comfortably hidden, watching the top of this ladder. Criscu once again in library. Maito this time more comfortably outside on that drone. The drone, Criscu missed it. Could have actually let it run past. It might not have spotted him until he shoots at it, but that gives the position away, and well, now the windows are being blown open. And another drone will come in from Maito. He leaps straight in. Criscu tries to be aggressive and taken by surprise, but the timing's not there, and Maito grabs the kill. This time there was also a second player, Twitch, coming in through the other window. So WySix definitely learnt their lesson, sending 2 people to deal with Criscu this time around, and it pays off for them. They get the first kill of the round and do have the advantage.
Setting the lurker duo to hunt the lurker. That's good.
So Now they got to find the second one. What is the second one doing? Well, BIOS is back inside, comfortably watching the roof above him. Just waiting for someone to make themselves known or potentially plant some breach charges or sledge the floor above him. Kaizo is beginning to start to blow holes in the floor from the meeting room and the master bedroom. Down the stairs goes Mater. He finds Squall. The Squall is incredibly tanky. Does take half his health in damage, but he takes Mater down with him. He wasn't expecting to find anyone down there. He was just quickly peeking in through doorways. They've traded out and lost their advantage, but with a minute 20 on the clock, do they have time to do something about this, man?
Let's see, it's still 4 versus 4. And the fear of Kapkan being loose, I mean, they could commit onto a point where they know that Kapkan has to come from one position.
I mean, they performed a nice flank last time around, right? You push in through the main dining room doorways and you flank from behind. You know that Kapkan's going to be that man to perform that flank if you do it here.
Exactly.
Are you going to be ready for him? Can you take him down? We'll see. Kaizo starting to push down from the main doorway as his own team are blowing breach charges above his head. 40 seconds on the clock. He's looking in towards dining room, and BIOS was just about to peek through the angle he was previously holding, but then he moved. BIOS is now in the position of power, but Takaizo still takes his head clean off. Very important shot and kill. Only 2 members left inside the bomb sites. One of them is about to be exposed by that being blown open. He does get down, but the shotgun is there. Valkyrie takes down 2. Blackos has killed the flank. Even Blackbeard's not going to survive that one. One more, he's on the far stairs, but he's got enough range that Havoc can take Furious G down, and WySix grabbed the 6th round to even us out at 3 rounds to 3.
That was really well played by WySix and Valkyrie in the end. Actually tried to, but yeah, WySix did. They did this time. They did it completely with team play. I mean, they sent the Lurker duo actually, which, yeah, it's. I mean, Takaizo and Meta doing such a good job in lurking. Why not actually send them to a counter lurk, because they know how they actually think. So that's a good point. And in the end, how they executed to the spot, that was very good.
And then I think they definitely made the right call with dealing with Squall too. Okay, he's in the basement. We know he's going to try and come flank. Sit there and wait for it.
Exactly.
And they got away with it. He came up a little bit early. They weren't already pushing in. There was one player waiting for him. Took him down, shut him out. Got a little bit lucky, I think, with Takaizo's kill on BIOS B there. BIOS had the angle held. Takaizo was the guy peeking into it, but was still lucky enough to get the quick headshot, and that opened that bomb site right on up.
They were actually like peek dodging themselves so
Yes,
often.
the timing between the two of them just peeking in and out of each other's sidelines was very, very close. But ultimately the result was the same. 3 rounds to 3 then. WySix very much back in contention for this game. But now they've got to come and try and defend this basement. Now, last time around, they did not hold it very well at all. As soon as this big wall was blown open where Netax is now, Blackbeard went to town and just shut them down completely.
I mean, this is the best position, actually, to have Blackbeard on. And without Blackbeard before, we actually saw Buck a couple of times with the sniper rifle, which he has. Also within the garage to actually have this all long angle to just get the advantage of a long-range rifle. That's just, yeah, giving you a point. What many people, what I've seen also very often is that they actually destroy the wall from the wine cellar over to this hallway to actually pre-peek this, what they are going to do, because getting into the position gives the defenders the small chance to actually get them before that.
So Vitality once again performing the same push. BIOS comes up to this window very quickly and cracks it open, but it's not going inside until the drone tells him it's safe, and the drone now comes in through master bedroom, tells him it is clear. Anthrax has already been told master bedroom's open, so he's going to make his way in through that window. And they're looking for Takaizo, because once again he is on the top floor. He has been drone. Furious did just spot him there. And he is holding firm. Watching out either side, spraying preemptively as he now realizes the drone is right behind him. Gets on away as he sees the next one. Can't kill that one. Well, that might be a problem for Mater, who's come up the stairs. He now kills it out. But now they know that both of these two are once again in exactly the same spots as normal. What have you got up your sleeve to deal with it, Vitality? You come up against this 3 times over and you've lost the last couple of times you've tried it. This time around you lose 1, but then you do trade back. BIOS taking down Takaizo, which to be fair is Takaizo's own fault for missing so many shots, but Meta goes aggressive and picks up 2 quick headshots to put Vitality immediately on the back foot.
Also having the diffuser secure right now.
Yes, the diffuser locked on the floor above. Havoc blows the wall open while he hears Thermite planting that charge. When there's so many people dead, he's confident enough to do that, and he gets away with it. The Thermite charge still goes off, but with Thermite down, it's all on Blackbeard, and he's now got 4 people to find. He is locked in the main garage, but he's got so many guns trained on him right now that he's going to fall with ease, and Meta grabs himself his 3rd kill of the round to get the lead for WySix.
Well played from WySix right now. That was the best composition you could do with a double lurking setup. The one baiting and the other one getting the kills. Or even the other way around.
Yeah. They knew the Vitality were going to come that way. Vitality knew they were going to be sitting that way. So what did they do to change it up? Rather than wait for you to come to us, I'm going to go aggressive. Takaizo missing a lot of his early shots on that sledge, which is arguably what got him killed. But because Meta was smart and aggressive about it, and Vitality were not ready for it, rushes straight on in and gets these 2 kills for people that were not expecting his aggro. We're expecting him on the library stairs. We're expecting him to sit back and be where he has been for the last 7 rounds.
Exactly.
Catches him by surprise, 2 quick headshots and a good secure round. And now it is match point to WySix.
I actually still wonder why Vitality committed so much onto the top floor to getting those 2 lurkers down. If those 2 lurkers were just... Yeah, they can't just come down to those stairs, to the wine cellar stairs. That's the only way they can actually be dangerous for them. So why committing 3 people upstairs in the top floor of the map, where actually the bomb spot is in the basement?
Yeah, send 1 person into trophy room window, sit here in the doorway to the right, watching those stairs. Anyone that comes down the stairs, you've got them locked. Everyone else is on the floor below here, firing in through this angle. Job done, that's wine cellar under control, and if they don't come down these stairwells, well then they're coming down these stairs, and Shocker, they're coming through this connector, and you've got Blackbeard firing on it. Don't really have to go and deal with it. We've seen it time and time again in Oregon. We'll see teams with multiple roamers, and you think, alright, you're going for roamers, we'll just rush the B-bomb site. Job done. It's a similar setup here. If they want to set up and defend library, set up this entire end of the building, we'll just ignore that end of the building and come all the way down here.
Exactly.
But it's not what they did, and well, could be why they lost. We'll find out, because now Vitality are on defense again themselves. First 10 seconds of the round has begun, and Chris Q and BIOS are still setting up their last few defenses. Meta once again outside the library window, has his drones in place, and once more he has Takaizo here to join him. Charge goes on the window. Chris Q hears it, and instead of dealing to fight with them, he bugs right out and runs away. BIOS is right on top of him this time too, and we'll leave with him. That drone does get killed out.
Did it get killed? I thought it jumped away.
No, it jumped away, but then the name vanished. Thought it was killed, but no, I think it was just BIOS. I think they just came off it, which makes the name vanish. Either way, it found Chris Q, and now he's back into hiding. BIOS is underneath him. They're trying to stay very close so they can trade with each other this time around, but they are slowly being forced back and running out of position to hide to. Meta Drone did not get killed. It is still around and is now checking all these corners properly, and it's found BIOS in the game room and Chris Q in the little cupboard, and once again they have to fall back down into this corridor. This time around, WySix doing a good job of dealing with these 2. Well, they may not have killed them yet. They have forced them to run a long way out and can start herding them in. And while we saw that they looked after that Squall backside push very nicely when he tried it last time, this time they're going to have 3 of them coming that way. And look at this. Havoc has a great angle for them to come around this corner.
Exactly.
So Meta now looking down the stairs to try and find one. He's going to find BIOS if he's there, but BIOS was ready for him. Gets the headshot first.
This again, why just not wait? I mean,
yeah, why just stay on stairs? They're going to come up to you.
Yeah.
You've got one stairs covered from one end by Havoc. You can cover that other end, and they got to walk into your crosshairs.
Yes. That was just maybe he was a bit under pressure in a certain way, giving himself pressure.
Yep.
So not staying patient or calm. Like next time, maybe better breathe a bit, like 2 or 3 times instead of doing this.
Yeah.
Because those 2 are down there. They are scouted, and they know that they pressured them down there. So why not just leave them there? Have one guy standing, just aim at the ladder. The guy with the lowest HP, just wait there.
So now we've got Netax watching the fireplace stairs and the library and the bar entrance. We've got Havoc watching the backside, and now Takaizo is finally pushing down towards the objective with Blackos. They've only got 30 seconds on the clock though, and while yes, there's 3 people downstairs, there's still 2 people up top they have to deal with when they push on in. And one of them is Smoke, who has all 3 smokes left, and that's going to hold the full 30 seconds here. Furious G taking down to Kaizo. Squall is finally coming out from behind, but all the shots are missed by Havoc, and he gets taken out with ease. Blackos now has to try and push through this smoke, and he's going to get sprayed down from behind while he does it. It is all now on Blackbeard, and he is an easy kill for 5 members of Vitality. Without losing a single player, we go to overtime.
Well played from Vitality, actually, after that setback with the lurkers. I mean, the calls were there, information were there, and this is also what the lurkers are good for, to get information. But if you commit already in a 2 lurker setup, that's kind of getting no kills out of it. It's okay, but also again, WySix committed so much time in searching them and trying to angle them in, instead of just, okay, who has the lowest HP? Okay, sit there. Because this is also after, for example, Termite, if you use his charges, he's one of the best like angle holders, because you don't need him to push. You can just set him up on an angle, because he can one-click so good with his gun. So why not do that?
Oh. Yes, they droned them out this time. They found them, they pushed them away. Once you put them in that basement, then what do you do with them? They were used to killing them. This time they couldn't kill them at all. Now we're going into overtime. Of course, all the bomb sites open up once again, and to begin our first overtime defense, it is WySix. Doing the kitchen and trophy room. So far, they've won every time that they have defended this site. And has largely come down to Kaizo and Meta on the floors above, catching aggressive Vitality players off guard. We'll see whether or not they are in the same kind of position to do the same again.
Let's also see if Takezo and Meta, if they are being hunted right now, or if actually Vitality learned from this.
So Vitality has set up drones already inside the library. Blackbeard is in there with his drone. I don't think they saw Takezo go in there straight away, but they're going to suspect it, and sure enough, he's there.
And he's doing the same again.
Very similar. Meta is down in the basement, so it's possible to come up those back stairs again, but it's a slightly different angle at the moment.
That's actually a very good angle. I mean, Takezo to bait, because he's doing the same again.
Yep,
and then
spraying onto Squall's windows already.
Yeah. He's just baiting. He's just getting them into the into the trap.
Pushing him towards the library. Squall watching one door, Bias can watch the other. He's going to go out and begin to see him. Can't land the shots, but the wall's blown open to Kaizo. What a shot! Strafes across the gap and takes Bios down. They're going to be very happy again, and once more, Meta is up here on the back stairs now, so anyone else who tries to push through this doorway is going to come across him. There's a whole bunch of barbed wire there, which did just get grenaded out, but not all of it is dead. And then Thrax is now going to be very, very cautious as he peeks around this corner. Not only is he going to deal with Meta, but the wall was blown open here by Ash earlier, which has given Takezo a peek hole. Takezo does get taken down, though. Meta immediately trades Anthrax backs, just the same as every other time.
Yeah, he also moved. He rotated again, and that Meta was not the position where he was before. Gave actually Vitality the information. Okay, the stairs are clear this time. And after the rotation, again, that was so clever by Meta. Yeah, that gave him done deal, because he got again Anthrax.
So he does back on away. Sledge Rotions open the trap door before then droning to try and find him, and now repositioning through library.
Oh, did he just miss him drop down?
Yeah, the timing. He was about to at least peek, if not drop. Meta pulls his heartbeat sensor out and chooses to run away. There's only a minute on the clock, so ultimately I think the right choice, staying safe here for the last minute, is always going to be better for his team, giving them that extra man advantage through until the end of the round. Havoc sitting in dining room checking all his cameras as now they hear the dining room be blown open. This fireplace entranceway is starting to get cracked apart, and Vitality thinking about pushing. Criscu, though, holding an outside angle here to watch anyone that's trying to rotate in and back up the dining room. Shouldn't really go through. We'll find out. Squall peeking into the dining room now is going to see Blackout behind the chairs. Blackout can't see eyes on him, though, so he has to back away, but doesn't take too much damage. Havoc, there we go, tries to rotate around, and Criscu was there waiting for him. Now Squall gets down Blackout as well, and suddenly the man advantage is way long gone for WySix. One more shotgun around the corner, comes out from behind his shield and gets away with it at the last second. Meta, though, looking to try and flank up behind. He's got no ammo in his main gun. He's only got his pistol in hand. One man is down, but the Frost Trap gives the final kill to Squall as Netax in the kitchen takes Furious G down. with a good quick rotate. Furious was forced to come inside because he knew that flank was coming from Pulse. Had to get aggressive and push on forward, and that meant he didn't have his gun up when Frost peeked him.
And Meta, I have to say, he's right now so strong. He's playing so clever. He's like having all the information he needs. His game sense right now is on top. He's playing really good, even if they are the underdog right now. But they're showing themselves that they're actually worth being in the Pro League.
Oh, as I mean, up until this game, WySix had won 3 rounds in 2 matches.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing them win what could be 6 rounds in their first map. They are definitely getting closer to being in their stride, and, well, if nothing else, they have Vitality's number here. And, well, Vitality got to win this round now to keep themselves in it. They're going to defend the kitchen trophy room themselves.
Yeah.
Previously, they've had hit and miss success with this. We'll see whether Bios and Krisku can stay alive. That's the key. Last time they defended this round, while they were found and droned and chased away, they didn't die. They still won the round. Now, the times when they are found and droned and die, it's a different story. So, can WySix do a better job of killing them after droning them now, or will they survive it? Let's find out as they do begin to set up exactly the same defenses they have done every previous round.
Or adapt, actually. Like, you know, they push them away. Okay, leave them there. Because they're where they are right now, they're useless. They get no information, they get nothing. The more they are hunting them, the more they're playing into the cards of actually Vitality.
ESB opening up the big window here and then cracking open the door. Just for a fear factor. He's not going to play in there, not going to do anything in there. Just enough to keep them scared, make them think that there's someone nearby, which, to be fair, there is. And with any luck, waste a couple of extra important seconds here for the WySix attack. And then he will go back to join a little bit closer to Krisku, who once again is fighting with Meta out through this window. And Meta this time around is losing hard. He's got a lot of health missing, and Krisku has not taken a single point of damage. So, well, last couple of times, Takaizo has come with Meta. Takaizo is now going from a very different angle, and Meta is in trouble because of it, but still gets the headshot. Krisku had no reason to peek on out there again, just had to wait for him to come inside. And he pays the price because of it. Now Takaizo will begin to push through from behind. Well, Bios has already run away. The top floor is well and truly in WySix control. And now, as we mentioned, all they need is this 1 kill to secure this round. And down through the floor goes Meta to get the next kill on Bios. Both roamers down. WySix with 5 players left alive. They have to kill 3 who are all very close to the objectives now to secure this. Once more, Squall is down in the basement, as they've seen him do time and time again. They haven't always had to deal with him because of the way the rounds have played out, but do they realize this is where he is? Are they ready for it?
Also, Squall has always been incredibly dangerous when he was down there. It was always taking like 1 or 2 people down, or even more. I mean, last time with a Sledge, where actually Sledge tried to peek him, but he lost because of Squall already peeking the hole which he made in the floor.
So Furious G is just waiting for the sound of someone to plant a charge on that above him. That sound is not going to come as Blackos comes up to the window instead, and the timing on that was so tight. He's now close, and that has allowed Meta to get inside the dining room. Turns a lot of shots here straight onto Furious and puts him incredibly low, but not dead. Anthrax is now at the far end of the room in Trophy and can't really help Furious here. At the same time, though, he is a shotgun, and they're going to be scared about pushing into him. Squall is flanking up behind. Netax takes him down, though. There's Furious G going down inside the kitchen, and wow, what a quick shot will be taken out onto Ash. Anthrax is the last standing member of Vitality. Into the kitchen comes Takaizo, and he's going to begin the plant straight away. Now Netax is going to peek the gap, but he won't look in the right spot. Anthrax gets an easy headshot on him. Don't peek around this corner, Havoc. You just got to wait for him to walk across. Takaizo finishes off Furious G, so it is well and truly just Anthrax left. They know exactly where he is as those shots rattle off the wall behind him. 2v1. Blackos is actually going to crawl into the hallway and try and give a location information, but dies because he bleeds out. Anthrax shoots the body though, and that actually gives a position away as well. Remember, it's a 7-second defuse time here, so he has to go straight in. Inside the kitchen he gets. Takaizo around the corner, peeks out and secures it. Map number 1 goes over to WySix.
Who thought about that?
I honestly did not see that going that way at all. Beautiful, beautiful round. Arguably, I can't help but feel that they put Vitality on edge a little bit. And Crisco peeking there again at the end for Mate. He'd already landed a lot of shots and already done a lot of damage. Why peek again? You know you don't need to. Throws his life away. Mate picks up the kill and then allows him to come straight inside, and BIOS is then completely cut off and exposed because they've already lost control of the rest of that top floor.
Totally. Totally. I mean, the thing is also Meta had the chance because of the entry. He also pushed himself. It's also a psychological thing. I mean, he got the kill onto the lurker, and then he went like 2 more kills.
Yep, he then dropped straight down in towards game room, landed right on BIOS's head, picks him up. It's an aggressive kind of mood, like breaking that trapdoor with your charge and then dropping straight into it.
Exactly.
When you're already low health, like you need some serious confidence to pull that off.
Yeah.
And well, he did it because of that first early kill, which he really didn't deserve to get, in all fairness. But here are a couple of highlights from the opening rounds as, well, Takaizo did work in that first one and really set the tone of how this game was going to go, to be fair. It was a Roma game. It came down for both sides, whether it be their attack or their defense. It was how they dealt with the 2 players of both teams sent around the rest of the map.
I mean, the scene, which we actually saw right now, Takaizo did everything right. He was just missing. He was just not having the aim on point, but his decision-making was completely right. Faking the right one because then he knew the left one will come, but he missed it. He just missed, and that was... If he would have, actually, he could have taken both kills. But still, it would have just been the benefactor of having a kill, but not more.
So, a couple of cheeky little spots from both squads. There's definitely some drone work that needs to be done here from WySix, and a little bit of communication increases that need to be done here, but it's good to see that the fact that they were shaking off the nerves. Another impressive shot from Takaizo that, again, he didn't really have any right to pick up. Peeking into an already set up Bandit, but he did it all the same, and some good last-minute executes. This is something that we did not see from a lot of Xbox squads for a long time, especially at the start of the last season, and while this being a new team, I expected from them too, is that if they do take so long dealing with Romans, if it does take them a long time to get towards their final push, they invariably run out of time. Even when they were down to the last 30 seconds there, WySix's timing on getting in towards those objectives was still very much on point and not so panicky.
They were doing incredibly, even with those 2 beasts. I mean, Takaizo and Meta, they were just showing up right now. Like, they're so strong play. The communication worked too. I mean, timing was good, communication was good, both in the whole team. I mean, that those 2 actually got the kills was because of the opponent's setup, how they actually hunted them down. But the whole information within the team, it worked out. It worked totally. It was just, it was a whole charm. Worked like it was supposed to be, like a clockwork.
It did work like clockwork. So without further ado, map number 2, Kafe Dostoyevsky, something which is far less popular in many a circle. As we do now head on in, it will be WySix on attack first, and Vitality will be defending the bar and the cocktail lounge as their first selection. A bomb site which has become a lot tougher to hold since the introduction of Blackbeard. We'll see how well WySix can use him to make the most of it, or whether or not he is shut down quickly and easily by Vitality, who are running a no rook setup and a possible triple shotgun.
That's going to be really interesting. I mean, no rook, 1 armor, less, but they're also having real fast operators. So this could also be meaning that they don't have many people on spot, but more or less running around with the shotguns.
So we'll see, we've got 1 on Furious, we've got 1 on Anthrax, and we have 1 on Squall. So yes, they're running a triple shotgun setup, which to some people may seem as a surprise, because to be fair, this top bomb site is actually very open if they get here. And I mean, you can't exactly shoot up through the skylights or the roofs or anything with shotguns, but if you sit a player here in Cigar Lounge with a shotgun, it's basically safe and held. If you sit a player over here by A with a shotgun and in this kind of area, pretty much safe and held. And then you've got the floors below, which can get quite tight and twisty and turny. And shotguns can do quite a bit of work from there. But when you've got BIOS IB and Crisco with some fairly long-range weaponry, they're going to be the guys on the floors below. So let's see what it is. They put these 3 shotguns as the round kicks on off. As the attacking lineup, WySix are running exactly the same kind of setup they did in the last map, not changing too much based on locations. Let's see how they use it.
Actually, they could also use BIOS or, was it Crisco?
Yep.
BIOS or Crisco actually to cover the top light. Because of the rifles, they can get the easy pick instead of the shotgun, and you can have the roamers with the shotgun actually running around. But also the shotguns are really crucial on this map because of the vertical drop chances through the droppers. I mean, you have one in the kitchen cooling room and like one on the B bomb on the A bomb side, so that could give you an easy exit and a very fast backstab possibility.
Yeah. Netex waiting and holding for the diffuser to be handed over to him. Heading on up to the roof with it in tow while Takaizo peeks the spotlight and Skylight, sorry, and Havoc cracks open the dropper into stairs. Inside, Squall has got his pistol out waiting for the drone to come in and potentially find them. And Thrax is checking these cameras, which is perfectly placed here as a Christmas tree decoration on the roof, catching sight of everyone that's up there, and Criscu hovering by these windows and the white stairs because they know there are people out there and they're waiting for them. Criscu himself now repositioning as he thinks he's being droned away, and he's going to get BIOS to close in and get closer to him. Once again, these two perfect as a combo to trade. BIOS outside he goes. Doesn't catch sight of anyone, and Furious is holding these A windows as I suspected his spot would be. Squall hiding from another drone, puts his hot sensor out just at the wrong point. Anthrax once again watching the cameras, calls out then that Thermite has dropped down and through, and well, sure enough, on the other side of the wall, Squall is waiting with the shotgun. Kills out the camera as the wall begins to get blown open by a Thermite charge. Blackos downstairs in the red stairs now is starting to edge his way up, but Squall, being passive, is not peeking, not being aggressive, letting him come around the corner until he gets the safe call that they're coming in through the piano room. Now he's got to get to safety and does so inside the freezer, where he's standing on top of Frost while he's here. Could get messy if these two aren't careful. WySix then have full control of the piano room, and with 40 seconds on the clock, they're starting to make the push towards an objective. Squall looks to position again, right next to another Thermite charge, and has to change again. Criscu, though, flanking up from behind, takes down Kaizo on the white stairs, and this is the first kill of the round in his favor of Vitality. The grenade will come out and be right next to Criscu. Doesn't do too much though, and he shrugs it off. Another kill coming out once again in favor of Vitality as Blackos walks into a frost trap, leaving Havoc as the last man. Criscu knows where he is, but will be downed. As he pushes forward to try and finish him off, he's got to be careful of his left-hand side and, well, his backside as well. Everyone left up has a shotgun, but there's only 3 seconds on the clock, and it will be secured. WySix cannot get in time. Couldn't find or deal with any of the members of Vitality. They just held and hid well to pass over the first round to the French.
Oh my god, the shotgun in the last round, that was just looking, yeah. Well, actually, to be honest, they did a real good job with the shotgunning. Also, not showing themselves, and yeah, if it would have come down to the real push, to the real thing, they could have just been like a steamrolling them over, because they had all the angles, as you explained before. Your analyzation of the of the picks was on point. I mean, they did it, and it was good. Even I think it was it Squall with a freezer on top of.
Well, Squall was in the freezer after being forced back, and then we also had Anthrax on Frost, was spending basically the entire round in there on the cameras.
They were just also that he actually went back was in the right positioning or right decision, which he did, because he also could have pushed through and just try to YOLO in and get at least 1 or 2 guys down, because close range with the shotgun is insane. If not the rifle is on point on the head.
It's part of the reason the WySix took so long getting inside the building. They couldn't track these shotguns down and knew they'd be holding a lot of windows, and well, had to be very, very sure of the windows they came in through, making sure they were clean of shotguns, and well, when they got in the piano,
exactly,
they couldn't get out of it because there was even more shotguns holding them into those spots, and well, they lost the round because of it. The Spiders praising their timing last map. This time around, it's not quite there. Now, for defense of their own, they are also bringing 2 shotguns. Pulse, though, still running that UM45, and well, I think that's a good choice considering the damage we saw Meta do with it on the last map. BIOS IB now looking to peek out straight into him, and Meta just lets it happen. Doesn't even pull the trigger, and goes down as the first casualty of this round. BIOS then holding the garage in case someone's going to try and peek out and avenge him, and it's not going to happen. Squall up on the windows, looking in towards piano. Dodges a couple of shots, they rattle off past him. Can't quite shoot the camera. There we go, shoots the camera down. As Anthrax drones in and tries to feed him as much information about who is in these rooms as possible. A couple of drones around as well. There's a Frosting Cigar and Rook heading towards the toilet corridor. Frosty just around this corner. She takes a lot of damage there. As outside, Furious is still looking for someone to just be a little bit overconfident and look out the windows. Squall still holding on tight as he knows Rook is around this corner, and Rook previously peeked a couple of times, perhaps unnecessarily. Attack's doing the same thing, peeking in as he knows they've already dropped on through. Sledge is in and has gone down the red stairs now for him. Kaizo on the white stairs now, looking for someone to come up that end. Black Ops, here we go, peeking again, and Squall is just ready and waiting for it. There we go, redo that. Just wait. They do, however, get to the window to his left and take down the Frost. Takaizo trades out Bios as he comes up the white stairs, but is downed for his troubles. Black Ops now having trouble holding Piano as there's a lot of players in through many a different window. Sees the thermite but misses the important shots.
I'm so unlucky again. I saw the head.
Kaiser has been revived. Shots rattling through again, and WySix are forced out and away from Piano. But with 50 seconds on the clock now, there's two of them pinned in the freezer, and well, Vitality and crew are starting to take control of this upper floor. All of them here in Piano. Furious starts to blow open a hole in towards the freezer itself, and well, Criscu is firing right across the full bar. Grenade takes him out by the Jaeger system. Would have been devastating if he got in there and touched that Rook. Behind them though, Havoc is thinking about coming up these back stairs. We'll see whether or not he can make it work, because Black Ops has slowed down the attack by taking down Criscu, and that has dropped the diffuser too. Now he's looking for another one and will fall to the buck, but with 20 seconds on the clock, he's got to get in fast. Kaizo is incredibly low. He's now going to just about peek into the spot and will be taken down by Furious G, and it's all going to come down to Havoc. Can he flank around? He's going to find Furious G and down him, but he doesn't see the next man, and he's buck with the diffuser. He's come off. He's going to have to turn, and as he does try and replant, he's out of time. Havoc's got to stay alive. He sprints right around, and Squall one-digs him in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
But it didn't count.
It didn't count?
Well, it did count, but watch. It's a defender win. That is an incredible shot, but it's still a defense win round.
Oh my god. I mean, actually, well played by WySix there.
The split second before the round ending and the invulnerability kicking in, that shot was fired.
That shot was amazing.
It was an incredible shot.
Oh my
Just
god.
a little bit too late.
Well,
the flank played beautifully by Havoc again with that front shotgun. This is the second time he's done that on the Valkyrie. Did it first time on Chalet. Does it again here. Timing it perfectly, coming up the stairs, takes out the first kill, doesn't immediately peek to stop Buck because he had the time to come off his diffuser. The first kill was enough to take him off, scare him, hide him in the corner, but then he was panicked, knew he had to go back on again with 3 seconds to go, and in that timing of him repositioning to a safe spot, that's when you peek, and that gets him the kill, and well, then just runs away from Blackbeard, who ultimately was in a useless spot.
he could have actually just laid down because he had cover from the bar, right? There was nothing.
But he also wasn't entirely sure of that, so just sprint away sort of thing, but yes.
But this is actually panicking mode. I mean, this is, again, going to the mentality of a player. I mean, you're in a position, you just did a double kill, a 1v3 situation.
You're going to expect him to be very close, right? You've killed Thermite, and that's already made him come towards your position.
Exactly.
Then you've wasted a lot of time mucking around with the buck and mucking around the buck and getting the buck. You expect him to be right on top of you, like knife kind of range. And then when the time is that low and you've got teammates yelling in your ears, perhaps, hopefully not, but voices in your ears, teammates running low, you know he's going to be close because you've been in the same place. You just got to get distance between you and there.
Exactly.
Proning, you're not sure will work. Distance, you sure will, and well. Ultimately, it did work out, and it does go to a round apiece, and now it's time for Vitality to defend the train room and the the mining room and the dining room. And well, Criscu is on the floor above with Squall in tow. Squall is still running another shotgun. Criscu just doing a couple of last-minute reinforces, and Bios is sitting on the red stairs next to him. So once again, this Dream Team combo are very, very close together.
I'm actually interested to see how they execute onto this bomb spot, because this bomb spot, I've seen various executes and really nice vertical executes because Piano Room is such a crucial position. And there we see Squall actually taking down NetX.
Takes down the first man as he comes up to the windows right next to him. The key thing I think every team has found out to attack this bomb site is, again, the vertical play. You go above, you break holes in the floor, you shoot down through people into the train room, and you disposition them into someone else's crosshairs. Squall already taken out one of those players that was trying to come in on the floor above. It's going to slow down this WySix attack a lot and has now tracked Havoc with this heartbeat sensor to be right below him and outside the garage door as well.
Also a very valid tactic. Or
there we go, sees him through. Easy kill for Squall. Did take a little bit of damage there, but ultimately he was ready. He was waiting and Havoc goes down. Now Criscu's going to come and deal with him as Mater is taken out by Furious G in the piano room as well. And with only Blackos and Takaizo left up, they're on the roof. They drop down again straight into BIOS B's crosshairs, and everything about this is ready for Vitality. Blackos now with 1:25 on the clock has to get 5 people for this. Not really going to happen in any sense of the word, but we'll see how close he can get. There's 2 very low health members running around on this top floor somewhere in Pulse and Jaeger, but he's going a little bit more direct as he comes straight up to the B window. Anthrax in the dining room just crawls through the other way, and Criscu is going to be the man that does just about get spotted and taken down inside mining. So now they know exactly where Blackos is, and everyone from Vitality is rotating in this direction. If they're not careful, he could pick them up as they come, but
Ace incoming.
We'll see. On the red stairs there is one, but that window is still closed. Anthrax still inside the mining room. Now he cracks this window open. That's not great for him. But he doesn't know. In through he goes. Frost Trap is non-existent. One still in the gap. Squall is going to call him out. The plant comes down. Even if it was a fake, there's going to be 3 people trained on him in a second. He actually holds it. Gets it successful. Gets out the window, but is downed as he goes. Very, very close. But that last little bit of barbed wire makes sure that he cannot get out there in time before the shots track on in.
At this position, or in this round, you actually saw, from my perspective, there was WySix having no communication, nothing, which actually showed us how well they performed on Chalet before. This year, right now, this looked like just getting one there and one there. I mean, they tried to go early on onto the piano room. They got held off by that, and then they tilted on a certain point because, okay, that guy didn't go through. What now? I don't know. Okay, Sledge gets shut down. What now? I don't know. So they really got devastated, and I think that was Squall that was doing a great job there, and roaming and reading and getting the position, getting the information. I mean, he had his pulse sensor, heartbeat sensor, getting down the Sledge player in the basement in the entrance, and getting also the first repelling guy at the piano room. So that was well played by him.
Yeah. Now we get to see WySix defense. The strength that Vitality had there was taking out every single player the moment they picked in. They knew exactly where WySix were going to begin their assault. Shut them all down instantly.
Exactly.
WySix, do you know the Vitality attack here as well? Will you be ready for them on their way in? More importantly, will you not be droned out while you're waiting for that? Because that's the key thing here is Vitality, while yes, they knew exactly where WySix was going to come from. If WySix had just droned before they peaked any of those spots, they'd have known, he's actually waiting for me to peak this spot. I'll try something different. Would have been tough, they would have had to adapt on the fly, and they would have possibly come low on time, but they wouldn't be dead. So we'll see if they can do that better on their next attack, but for now, it's Vitality's chance to do the same. Now remember, last time around this came down right to the wire, ended up in what was technically a -1 second 1 league. Let's see whether or not Vitality have got their timing a little bit better this time around. Or more importantly,
they're more committing onto the piano room here.
Yeah.
Way more committing. And this is what actually WySix should have done also. Because piano room is such a good position to just get room. Even if you just open up, you get room, you get space. And you push back the opponents onto a very uncomfortable position.
We talked about the vertical gameplay, how important it can be firing down through the floor. Getting this room is important for that. Anthrax is droning the rest of the floor and keeping it clear, and what it all is, not a single member of WySix is up on this floor. So as soon as they dub it safe, we'll get Anthrax inside. We'll probably get BIOS IB come up there too and start breaching holes in the floor with his shotgun and his breach charges. And they will begin to put pressure onto this building.
And here we go, Buck probably going to open floors. And there is the peak hole actually for the termite kill.
So, minute and a half on the clock, and they are now in control of this top floor. Criscu cracking open every trapdoor he can just to find every little bit of information and angle they can use. WySix will now continue to drone the floor below as he actually comes up from underneath, sprays in towards the reading room preemptively, but the position that's already been vacated. Still a minute on the clock, and well, everyone on WySix is safe and sound. Furious and friends and Vitality are trying to close into the safer spots and find these players, but just not making it work yet. Sees a couple of legs right past Furious G, waiting as well. The barbed wire from Criscu is destroyed with that grenade, but he actually walked into it and takes a little bit of damage from his own grenade. Now he gets to safety, looks down the red stairs behind him. Does a little pirouette to make it happen. Here we go, Furious G planting a charge on the wall as Criscu picks up the first kill onto Pulse. At the same time, Havoc is taking a little bit low. Now he turns his back onto the very same door that they killed Thatcher from. Sorry, they killed... Here you go, from Anthrax though has been downed and all like that. Suddenly WySix have only got the one man standing. He does pick up the kill on the downed Anthrax, but as he heads into the next corner, WySix is waiting for him, and inside the mining room there are 3 guns trained on this doorway. Looks through that hole to Furious G, and Furious looks back and gets an easy headshot. WySix did a good job hiding from all the drones in the early peaks, but as soon as Vitality began their push, they just walked out into the crosshairs Vitality had already set up and placed.
Wow, I mean, WySix is like, he was on point. He was on the position where they actually didn't even read him to come from. And, I mean, he was on fire in this round. He didn't even lose that much HP if I was not wrong, so he was just on point. So his positioning was good, and he also, yeah, he took advantage of the playstyle, of the mega defensive playstyle of WySix. And, yeah, because he knew the opponents had to rotate in on a certain point. And yeah, because they were not all on the bomb spots. That's what they knew. So they were 2 missing, and he got those 2. And that's a key factor.
So, up to the top floor again goes Vitality. They now have a nice 2-round buffer for this defense. And to be fair, they're definitely feeling like a more confident team on this map than WySix have done so far. Taking their time to do everything and find their spots, but when they do, executions are going flawlessly, barely losing a player and always being in the right place.
I'm interested to see how WySix actually executes right now.
Once again, they're up against triple shotguns. Furious G is set up to put some cameras straight on and outside already.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Do you actually think that those are static positions which he knew where he was throwing them onto certain positions, or is it more or less just into the blue?
I think it's more or less into the blue, especially that one. That one's not in a good spot.
Yeah.
Needs to be a little bit higher above that generator, otherwise you're going to block your own view from some parts of the wall. Last one up. Aims it towards the tree. Might have actually gone too far though. Jumped on out. We'll find out. Anthrax is the man on them, but no, it does hit the tree. Nice spot. Camera there was immediately killed off as Sledge comes up and was ready for it. Now on the roof, Netax is up here, droning in through piano. Does see Squall and he's going to give Meta this information. Is Meta going to try and come in and deal with it? Probably not, as they've already lost the drone now, so that information will no longer be his to know. But Squall is going to reposition, and that's wise, as the window that was right opposite him is now also occupied by an attacking player. Another drone comes in, scares him away even further into the corridor as another drone finds him there, and he goes deeper and deeper into his own defense and, well, gives up the piano room.
He could have actually rotated back into the piano room. I mean, they knew he's inside the piano room, but that room has so much obstacles, so they don't know where he is because of even after a kill. So he could have rotated over again.
In comes Meta. The other window is open and Netax is already here and waiting.
But again, they actually lost 3 drones for 1 person. That's again a lot of vision which is lost. And look of the amount of, yeah.
Crisco taking down Thermite is a big deal here for the WySix
Yeah.
attack. There's some important walls that need to be destroyed here in Cigar and Piano towards the bomb sites if they want to get in aggressively. Now, WySix has to watch the backsides. Well, Mater is pushing forward, but once again, crawls dangerously close to Thatcher. Squall's coming up the stairs, and he's going to pick up right at the wrong moment, just as Mater looks away, and that's the diffuser as well. Now, Netax standing very close to the barbed wire here in Cigar. He's cautious and doesn't really want to head forward, but begins to edge through this barbed wire. It's going to be a man in the back of the freezer, and he's checking for it, but it's still Anthrax on cameras. Now, Furious G, the far corner by A. Will he be the next man in these crosshairs? That's Anthrax nice and easy. Furious G heads forward. Havoc at the same time is taking down Crisco downstairs, so we are back to a 3v3, but Furious stands up straight into Netax's crosshairs. Netax will give that, and suddenly we're looking good here for WySix, but Takizo has been downed by a frost trap that was missed. It's going to be healed up by Havoc. 10 seconds on the clock, actually, so he's going to decide to plant first, as Squall now is the last man standing. He's on that drone, which can't be checked by anyone. He's going to come around the backside, finds Takizo down, but Netax has already swiveled around and shut him out before he can get to the planter.
That was a very well played flank here from WySix. I mean, they had a good timing coming around. They had the good bait. They lost Ash in the early round, where I actually said they lost 3 drones actually to push out pulls. But there you actually can see again how crucial this piano room is to take just in the early game. What actually that was Squall with pulls, if I'm not wrong. Squall was in a great position in there. He could have either played offensively, like I said, just rotate inside the room, just not be pushed. Like, he was spotted at a certain position, rotate the position. There's so many obstacles in this room. He could even go through the cigar room and still cover a portion of the piano room. So in this case, yeah, I mean, he did a good job. He killed 3 drones, which is a lot of vision. But then there was Blackbeard.
Yeah, just Blackbeard. So, now we begin the next WySix attempt at defending this top floor as they're closing the gap back in again. It's exactly what happened last round. First 3 rounds went on over to Vitality, only for them to then throw it away, force it into overtime, and then lose it there. Can they hold on to this lead any better than they did the last time around? Well, we're about to find out. This round could change it all as WySix begin their setups another time over. Once again, still bring the UMP45 on Mater, not needing that extra shotgun, and well, it's pretty damn good with that UMP. Takezo also still on the upper floor as still finalizing their defenses as the first 10 seconds of the round tick away.
So, let's see how... I'm interested now to see how WySix actually will defend this. Especially, yeah, they actually won this defense just due to a split second with the Deagle headshot at the beginning, at the end. So this is going to be a real interesting, because if they win this, they are again on an incredible comeback. And again, they already took 2 rounds, and everything is open. And right now, Vitality also they are looking that they are really trying hard right now, as WySix is surprising them. It's not that they are easy.
No, WySix once again now holding this piano tightly. Blackos is around the corner and pinned in there by Squall. Underneath him, Takizo is finally coming up the white stairs, and once again everyone's playing this top location.
Yeah. Black O's is still covering. He's covering the bar in the piano room, and there is the drone now. Squall should have called Black O's here.
They already knew roughly where he was, as
yeah.
Squall is pinning him in this corner and make sure he can't move. And once again, the Frost is being shot from the extra window that Blackos cannot cover. So she has to reposition away, and he's now the last man holding piano.
Still, I mean, even if he was called out, he can still be on the position because they know he's there. They know he's in the room. And why Black Oz actually looked away, I don't know. And there we go. Furious G, he's trying to actually peek him, shoulder peek him, and get information. And now he forced him to move just because he was peeking around.
Knows Furious G is out that window and fires a couple of shots off, but has to move. Takizo, though, taken down by RSB on the white stairs, is the first kill of the round for the defending team. And with 56 seconds on the clock now, 4 defenders left up, it's It's going to have to be a quick push in from the attackers, and that's what it is. Crisco grabs one, Anthrax grabs another. 3 members up. Netax is holding close to be very close, but is very cautious as he edges around. Now on the far side, Black Ops is prone and dealing with Crisco. Havoc inside the freezer still, and his camera is choosing now is the time to flank. He's done this very successfully a couple of times over, but now he's running low on time and low on teammates. Only 1 man up, and it's Netax, and he misses his first shot and then stands up into his second one. 5 attackers still standing. Alive. 4 attackers still standing. They've lost Ash. 20 seconds on the clock, and Havoc has to flank up behind all of them. You might get one, but even that's going to be lucky. They're watching him as he comes over this shield. There's Anthrax on Buck, and he does go down. Havoc gets it. Doesn't take a single point of damage, but there's a grenade waiting for him. In towards the freezer he goes. There's a black bit over by A, and there's still a thermite close to his left. Comes in looking for the thermite, tags him, gets out alive, but is on 1 HP himself. He's got good 30 seconds still on the clock before he has to get in there for the defuse. Breaks a wall open to look for it, but no one on Vitality is going to push him. They know they do not need to. Pre-fires around a couple more corners and really has to think about making a move as he's only got 20 seconds left on the clock. Here he comes. Down he goes. Vitality back up onto match point, and with their 2-round lead, looking good on that attack, finally.
Actually, that was incredibly played by Vitality, and also sort of a bit, yeah. I mean, they got the piano room as they pushed away. If I'm not wrong, that was Black O's. Exactly, Black O's. They actually pushed him away, and then they took piano room, and from that they started to execute. And even with the backstep, as Havoc actually, he did it before. Like, we saw him doing it in incredible flank positioning, but it was covered. It was already covered by Buck. But the range actually he shot Buck from, that was just a trade which could happen or not. It could be like an either 1-on-1. Like, it was just yeah, the luck, or more or less the skill of Havoc actually taking the kill onto Buck. But then there was the call, and from that, Vitality did the right thing in playing more passive.
So for the last potential round, Vitality are once again trying to defend this top floor bomb site. Now, previous time they tried to do it, it did look like WySix had their number and could lock them out and win this round, but could be the Vitality just got unlucky.
Last time, actually, we also saw Squall doing an incredible job here.
Yeah, he did do work, but unfortunately couldn't secure it.
10 seconds left before insertion.
He's got another chance. The rest of Vitality got another chance, and well, they just have to hold a little bit more patiently.
Attackers recover the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb. Attackers have located a bomb.
Crisco once again heading downstairs. Bios staying closer towards the top this time around again. Anthrax last time hid in the freezer and was very much alone, stayed on the cameras the entire time, which allowed him to get pushed on in.
Yeah, he got punished for it, for being in this case a bit careless, because on a certain point you don't stay on a camera. And they were already people dead, so they could actually be on the camera to call for you. So that was kind of reckless in a position, because he was always also standing open. I mean, why not hiding?
Yeah, Netax looking for that camera outside, then heads back up to the roof as his team joins him. Blackos will drone down through the skylight, sees what he can find. Is he going to see Furious G behind that A site? Yes, he is now. Calls out that location. Is also calling out the fact that he is on his cameras. Chooses another way around dealing with it though, and goes back towards the skylight for Blackbeard now. Checks his drone to see if she's still there, and well, she's already killed your drone off, mate. So you will not be sure, and chooses a different method of approach for attacking this building. Takaizo then inside piano with his drone, just checking around where he can, as Netax is still finally done with looking inside the skylight.
I think also they're missing many windows sometimes. Like, they should open. They have Sledge. Sledge could just hang around and do just open windows. Open windows, annoy the opponents. As you said before in the other round, where they opened up windows just to have the psychological thing. Again, as an attacker, is also the same. Open up the windows because the opponents have no angle actually to hide from. So in this case, he should do more work. They can optimize in a certain way. But there we have Crisco taking down Havoc here.
Jumping out the window, takes that kill out with ease. But now Furious G looking to do the same thing. Did get down though. He is still inside, so it's a little bit safer as he will be revived on up, but immediately tagged away. Bios also taking a little bit of damage. It is only the Frost drone though, as they trade out. Bios goes down, but he's taken Blackos with him first. Then Krisku will take down Mater, and now it is only Netax and Takaizo left. Netax pushing in through the piano room, watching the corridor as he now gets in towards Freezer. Sees Anthrax just around the corner. Anthrax hides those, he knows it. Blackbeard Score's coming out from behind him. Score taking a lot of shots off, but will go down. Not before they can trade it back though. Anthrax takes down Netax. Now Takaizo is the last man standing, and he's not standing for long. Vitality easily lock him out for round number 7 and ultimately the map.
And that was very well played by Vitality in the end. I mean, the push, the last push, everyone came like a swarm, and this is how it's supposed to be. Have the call out, either be defensive or just run them over. And with this kind of advantage of players, they just had the right calling, pushing it, push, 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 push. I mean, Blackbeard was cornered in a certain way, and he could not kill them all, even with this weapon. He doesn't even have enough bullets.